if you ever want to feel frustration, I suggest you should watch, like, if you are going through a breakup as a woman, and maybe you've gotten really obsessive. Maybe you thought about setting that nigga's car on fire. Maybe you did some things with your bodily fluids that would make Shaquille O'Neal clutch his fucking pearls. Maybe you lost your fucking shit and you just want to not pull a left eye. The best, or maybe you already did, and now you're just trying to figure out how to feel normal again after feeling like such a bad person. You need to watch a movie called The Love Witch. I remember I went through an awful time with a breakup, or more like it's a long story. I was just losing my fucking mind in general, but this one nigga, I contacted his whole family. I was acting an ass. I was acting the fuck up. And I told his ass, I was I lost my fucking mind. Sorry to repeat myself. I had a lot of Mountain Dew tonight. But you know what? I watched The Love Witch because I heard it was one of those, like, femcel type movies back in the day that would make you change your opinions on. And it was super feminist, and I was like, sure, let's give it a fucking shot. It's the most frustrating movie you will ever watch, but it's very aesthetically pleasing. So it has all the beauty of like a Prismacolor film and the aesthetics of like the 50s and the 60s, and it's so gorgeous. But you, and even if you're like, okay, the acting's not that good, but simply put, acting back in the day really just was not good. Even though it's a modern movie made to replicate how back in the day was, they sure did a great fucking job. It's a corny fucking movie in some ways because you will hear the actors talk and be like, no one talks in that cadence. This, and you'll just kind of be with the main character. You'll be like, this is a gorgeous woman, stunningly beautiful. And okay, she's out here going all hard eyes over this mid-ass cop, but whatever, okay. You go through the movie, she's literally sitting down with this girl who she just met, and her friend is like, oh yeah, so tell me about your life. And then she's just like, I like men. I want a strong, sexy man. I want a man to love me. And her redhead friend is like, eh. Also, spoilers ahead, obviously. I'm probably just going to describe the movie at this point. But simply put, the redhead friend is like, I don't know. Do you really think your whole life should revolve around a man? Like, what about, like, having jobs and goals? And then the main character's like, nothing's more important than a man, basically. Men are it. They are better than us. They are amazing. You should love them. And the redhead girl's like, I don't know. I have a loving husband, but I still have like a pretty good life that doesn't entirely surround how to make him happy all the time. And the love witch, the main character, she's like, you need to have sex whenever he wants it. You need to look however he wants, cook him food whenever he wants, submit entirely. And the redhead friend is like, hey girl, you kind of tripping, but it's okay. Enjoy your croissant. We're gonna sip this tea in this beautiful ass room and have a good time. Eventually, the main character, she gets her place, she decorates it and shit. But it doesn't take long before she gets on some fuck shit. It's like, bitch, like, I'll put it this way. To keep this video not too long, she is a gorgeous woman, relatively, well, okay, not fully, but in some ways very intelligent. You know? It's just one of those things where, and also she makes really good money off of just selling fucking elixirs and bottles and candles alone, where she doesn't have to work a job. She's financially stable, she's beautiful, fit as a fiddle, all that, and she could easily make friends with anyone she wants and basically have around everyone she wants. But she's so obsessed with men. And the men aren't even impressive. She finds like the most mid men ever at bars, and she's like, hey, you seem like you could be the love of my life. Do me a favor. Drink this potion. It's gonna make all the love I feel for you replicate back onto me. And then we're gonna fuck. And the dudes are like, I bet. They fucking drink that shit. They're like, cheers, bottoms up. They drink that shit. They're like, that shit was terrible. But let's fuck. They fuck. And the next thing you know, the dudes start crying and losing their mind. Like, fuck! I have childhood abandonment issues. Mommy, I'm crying. Fuck! And then the main character is kind of like, damn, nigga. Ooh. And I kind of like that. How I interpreted that scene is like, she has a bunch of internal wounds because she was never healed from the trauma her father gave her and her past lovers gave her, and she wants to be healed and she wants to be fixed for her own internal issues instead of doing it herself and believing she's worthy of love. She wants someone else to save her. So when he drank that potion, glurp glurp, like, he starts tweaking and starts kind of acting like how she secretly is at heart. Yeah, she wants to be loved, but she is a not mentally well individual. Now, also, it gets worse, and eventually this nigga just dies, whether it's from a heart attack or I forget how specifically. It could have been the drink was a little poisonous, which it's like, yeah, don't just drink random shit that creepy bitches make you, obviously. Like, come on now. Like, I'm just saying. I mean, not trying to blame him, because it's like, if someone I had a crush on made me a cup of tea, I wouldn't assume that there's roofies or whatever in it, or fucking potassium cyanide. So I get it. I get it, homeboy. Plus, if a bad bitch offers you something, you take that shit without hesitation. I get it. I understand. But eventually, like, yeah, she buries his body and all that, does a little ritual, whatever. Goes on with her life. Her life is still objectively well. She's still making mad bankroll. She's still fucking gorgeous, super friendly, well liked everywhere she goes. Then this bitch just, I forget, she does it to like one more guy. I don't remember much about this guy, and that's is enough. It's like, why did she fall for him? I don't know. The same shit happened. It didn't work the first time. She was like, it's gonna work this time, and I made an extra special, stronger potion. The nigga dies, and is so toxic and stupid to her, and she's just getting frustrated. And throughout the movie, you're just like, this is a girl who has so much in potential and growth and an amazing life, and she's too busy wasting and ruining her own life because she's too busy trying to get mid-ass, ugly-ass white boys to fall in love with her. What the fuck is wrong with her? But then you kind of learn what's wrong with her. It's like she had a very fucked up, abusive father who maybe it kind of low key alludes that he was a little perverted her direction too, which is not good. Like reducing her to a sex object. Probably fucked with her mind a lot. And then, of course, how she was indeed with a guy for quite some time. But if I recall correctly, he was super abusive and shitty to her, and she never could do anything right in his eyes. So she felt a need that she always had to try to be the very best 100%. You know, give up her rights to consent, always like submit, always look beautiful and perfect and not be a nagging, submissive person. You know, she even does the you poor baby. Poor baby. It's my favorite thing she does in that stupid movie. It's so corny, but it does get my dick hard, so I understand. And it's like, you know what? That would work on me. Uh-oh, that might work. I need to go to therapy. That might work on me. Jesus Christ, I just upset myself a little bit. But yeah, and then it's, yeah, I think I remember now. Eventually, this bitch does it to multiple. She eventually decides, you know what? I'm gonna go for my best friend's man. Cause of fucking course she would. Just like Cassie from Euphoria, this bitch had a fucked up relationship with her father and fucked up love. So she's the type of person who's so desperate for love that she wouldn't even mind backstabbing another woman over it. And I get it, the man made the obligation, but it doesn't change the fact that it's like, bitch, you knew her, that was your friend. You knew damn well not to do that. What does she do? Gets involved with her friend's man, starts fucking her friend's man to feel powerful and have an ego boost and be all, oh yes, I'm your ultimate fantasy, because she likes the idea of being wanted and seen as like this beautiful icon. But what she doesn't truly know is that being put on a pedestal doesn't truly mean that you are loved. It doesn't truly mean that you are even liked. You are obsessed over. You're idolized, but it's suffocating and it's unrealistic and unpractical. And I know from experience that shit sucks. That shit fucking sucks. So, what did we learn here? And then eventually, if I recall correctly, I forget, does the man die or does he just lose his mind? I think both. And then eventually the redhead girl's like, "Oh my god, have you seen my husband? He went missing and even before he went missing, he was obsessive as fuck, blah blah blah." And the main character is such a cunt that she's like, "Girl, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit." And it's like, "Girl, what?" She's like, "I don't really give a fuck. Want to hear about my new man?" And it's like, "You male-centered ass bitch." And then but eventually she does kind of find out, "Oh, you were fucking my man." And that ends up, it has something else interesting. There is like a little side aspect where eventually like the best friend, the redhead best friend, breaks into the love witch's house and just starts playing in her makeup and putting on her wigs and trying to look like her. And there's a lot of layers to that, but maybe she wanted to feel powerful. Maybe she was like, maybe if I do what she does, if I look a certain way and act a certain way, I can be desirable like she is. I can be her. And that's an ironic but layered thing, especially with people who get cheated on, especially by men. They kind of think, what could I have done better? Did I need to look like her, act like her? Should I have been her? What did I do wrong? Like they project internally. And I also learned recently a reason that some women lash out at the side chick instead of their husbands is because they don't like the idea of losing in a man's eyes. They hate that. The idea that you were loved by someone but not seen as their all, not seen as totally perfect, that someone else could swoop in and take what you had and usurp it. It fucks with your head and your ego, and there's nothing worse to some people than feeling less loved and less power, and like you lost a game that someone else won, or for whatever reason. There's layers to it, but it's very complex. And then there's even more. Oh my fucking god, there's more. This bitch. So the main character, the love witch, she eventually, you know how I said at the beginning of the story she's making googly eyes at some cop who's okay looking. He comes around again, and then like he's not ugly, but it's like I don't know. It's like I wouldn't. I don't know. We just got different tastes in men. What can I say? Slightly. And would I date a cop? There's only been two cops I would find fuckable in my lifetime. But even then, let's not go there. Let's focus on the topic. I'm sorry. So she eventually, like, she meets this cop guy and they start going on dates and stuff. I think she does like a low key spell on him this time, or it's just her energy is that magnetic. She's taking it a little bit slow, a little bit, but he's getting wrapped in fast. He's like, oh my god, I have no interest in any more dates, anyone else, just her, just her. And then like it gets kind of to this weird point that I still appreciate in the movie, where like they're on a horseback riding trip, and then they stumble upon some of her friends from I forgot to mention a part. There's a part in the story where I forgot to mention. It is revealed that she was a part of a sex cult that got her when she was like younger, you know, like when she was fresh out of her abusive marriage, where of course she had to poison the guy to leave it, and like still traumatized from the shit with her father as her sole upbringer and stuff. And in the sex cult, they basically brainwashed her, and they have this really amazing monologue at this strip club where they try to say that sexuality is empowering and that the most powerful thing you can be is a woman who is desired and loved. If you're the apple of man's eye or the world's eye, you can have anything you want. So fuck it. See it as empowering. Put on those fucking sky high heels, wear the sexy lingerie and thongs, make sure there's not a single hair in your body. Do whatever it takes because truly it will empower you to be the most beautiful and feminine version of yourself, and the world will adore you and thank you for it. Shake your titties, shake your ass, bust that pussy wide open. They obviously don't say exactly that, but they kind of allude like, hey, this is the most empowering thing you can be as a woman. Which is fucked up, obviously. Like, some can read that monologue and be like, ooh, truly, yes, you know what? The feminine body is something to be admired and adored, and the world should appreciate it, and we should try our best to be the finest. Others might be like, no, there's plenty of other things you can do as a woman to be empowering. You don't have to center it around your looks or the way you move or talk or speak. You can simply just be a powerful, confident woman, and it doesn't have to rely on if you have body hair, or if you strip, or if you dress sexy 24/7 and always submit to men. And because how are you powerful if you're submitting? Like, that's releasing power, if anything, and that's a choice. It's a choice. But, you know, regardless of your opinion on it, I still thought that was a very well done scene, and I see both perspectives. Now, as I said, fast forward to the point I was at. Oh, also in the sex cult, it is alluded that the cult leader did kind of like, I won't say rape, but it does look like she was coerced into having sex with the cult leader as a form of ritual, since they promised it would give her power. But then, you know, she kept the ideologies but left the cult because obviously it fucked with her mind in a bunch of different ways. And I guess she kind of realized, in an ironic sense, oh, I can be powerful without this man around. You see, and then it's ironic, you'll see her talking to women in the group and passing, like, she almost passed the Bechdel test several times, but she's so self-centered that you'll see her talking to other women, okay, and you'll see this fucking lame-ass man and she'll be like, I don't need you, a man, to make me powerful. I don't need to have sex with you or be desirable by you. You're ugly. Which is so ironic considering how she is as a person. It's very ironic. It's like, oh, but you know what? Okay, girl. Okay, girl. But simply put, mm-mm-mm. But then even when she does talk to other women, she talks to them with so much love and like kindness and respect inside of the cult. But even then, if they're like, how are you doing, nothing she will talk about. It's just men. It's just like, I want love, I want a man. Like, damn, bitch, we get it. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, get a vibrator, get a cat. I don't know, what are you doing with yourself? God. Ugh. Like, come on now. But whatever, I can't hate too much on her. She goes out with the cop for a while, and then they go out horseback riding, if I recall correctly, and they find a cult. The cult finds them. They find the cult, however you phrase it, and they were like, "Ooh, what? How convenient! There's a convenient festival in the middle of the woods where we just so happen to ride our horses to. Let's join in." And then they do like a basic marriage ritual or whatever that they play off as playful, but deep down, the love rich knows it's real. The cult knows it's real. He's like some creepy ass midsummer shit, and you know, they're like, it's all a beautiful, well done scene. I thought it was very unorthodox and strange, but I didn't hate it. I didn't. Did I 100% love it? I'll say it was. It took a while for me to continue to, like, I kept pausing the movie, like, I don't know if I can get through this full scene. Kind of corny to me, but they do their thing. And eventually towards the end of that scene, like where they're both looking so beautiful, like newlyweds and shit, he has this amazingly fucked up monologue where he just talks about how it's in a man's nature, where even if things are nice with her, eventually the novelty will wear off and he will resent her and he will not like her nearly as much as he did in the beginning. And the same love that he found enticing and beautiful and reviving, he will eventually learn to resent. And that is how he is as a man before he starts hating her and wants to move on to the next, and how she's only good for fun temporarily, which is devastating because in that scene you see how fucking happy she is. She thinks, I finally found the one who won't leave. It got scary. And that monologue, I still think about it to this day. I've been hurt a lot of times. You can go through my page, it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I related, like, something about hearing that monologue was like getting shanked in the chest a bunch of times, and then, like, having it spill out of my heart made me want to vomit because it was a little bit too accurate. It's kind of fucked up when you watch a movie like this because you're just like, man, this main character is so stupid. She has such an amazing, wonderful life, all these gifts, all these talents. She can do fucking witchcraft, for fuck's sake. She's not good at the love aspect, but she's really good at, like, every fucking thing else. She's making mad bankroll. She's gorgeous. She's all this and that. She can have anything she wants. She wants love, but it's like, bitch, get a therapist. And it's like, maybe to stop, like, low-key going like, I'm gonna mix apricot seeds with potassium cyanide and a bunch of fucking random colognes and I'm gonna feed it to men. Love me. Yeah. Here's a bunch of Hennessy and brandy with some fucking Adderall in it. Drink it. Love me. Like, girl, like, okay, stop feeding these niggas mugwort and eye of newts. Like, just chill. Maybe you need to take a fucking chill pill yourself. Take some Xanax. Drink some tea. Peppermint, ideally. Calm your ass down, bitch. Fuck. But then, even as I say this, I remember more happens in the movie. I don't fully want to talk about the ending because it's kind of stupid. I don't know how I feel about that ending. I don't really like it. I remember when I finished watching that movie, I was like, I can't believe that's how it fucking ends. But you know what? Fuck that cop. I don't, like, spoiler alert, the cop fucking dies. He gets stabbed in the chest, and I think she rips his heart out. And yeah, good for her, honestly. Like, she was like, fuck this love shit. But she also ruined her reputation. She lost her friends, lost her income. Everyone in town hates her, especially because they tied her to all the murders. Technical, yeah, they were murders. She poisoned those niggas. Yeah. Yeah, so she lost a bunch of love in the process of trying to get one single man and fucked up a bunch of different lives just to not even get what she wanted. Now, is that the part I relate to? Not fucking really. Or, sometimes, yeah. But I guess the reason I say this is a good film to watch, especially if you're someone who's, like, anxious attached or, like, has complex relationships with love or abandonment issues, or you just went through a really fucked up breakup where you're gonna lose your fucking mind. You need to watch this movie because by the end of it, you will be like, wow, you saw a lot of yourself in the main character and you don't like that, right? You see the mistakes she made, right? And then I remember ending that movie and I was like, okay, that bitch sucked ass. Do I want to suck ass like that bitch? No. How about fuck these niggas, not focus on men and do better? Like you will notice your life does a lot better when you simply just go, I'm not gonna focus on men. Mind you, I'm someone who has had sex addiction, and I got a million different issues. I don't know if I already said the whole I've been threatened with a restraining order 8 separate times at the bare minimum segment of this video, but I've said it now, so you get the gist. But, somebody put, you sometimes, as a beautiful, talented woman, have to out loud watch a movie or something where you get to see, like, a beautiful, talented, amazing, smart, sexy, intelligent powerhouse of a woman ruin her life for the sake of trying to get attention from really pathetic men, all because she has, like, parental issues and abandonment issues, and she's dumb as fuck, but really desperate and yearning for love because she never got shown it consistently, so she will always look for love, but sadly keeps obsessing over people very quickly because she's just so excited to get love that she doesn't realize these people are bad influences and not healthy for her. And then sometimes you say shit like, wow, this bitch sucks, or she's dumb as fuck, why would she ruin her life over a man? And then you kind of go, oh, right, I was literally gonna set that nigga's car on fire. Maybe I should, like, instead of doing that, what if I just, like, send him one more fucked up message from a burner number, and then, like, I could invest in some makeup. I could get a new hairstyle, cause I like orange jumpsuits. like, I don't look good in jumpsuits and I do look good in orange, but I like to wear more than just orange. And I don't want to be slutted out by women in prison, so how about I just, like, cook nice, delicious meals at home and dress really nice for me, not anyone else, and where it feels good for me and not to get the attention of anyone else. And I just make my life as truly, like, what about the man that I'm tripping over? What did I stop doing because of him? Like, what goals and interests and talents and, like, I get it. Going out on a date or meeting someone who's better or newer or fresher or promising, that has its appeal. I've met plenty of people where they have managed to outdo the last. 100%. I've had the best of both worlds. I've been with scumbags, I've been with lovely individuals. Mostly. Yeah, sometimes. But, like, I'll say it like this. You know what usually felt pretty good? Being home alone with my nice little, like, little Christmas lights strung up around my bedroom, a nice cup of peppermint tea with some half and half creamer and some honey, or even a little butter if I'm feeling interesting, and then like a tray of warm toffee brownies or cookies in the oven, some candles lit, you know, witchcraft related or not, and like nice silk sheets that I got for cheap on the internet, the heater on or the fan on, windows open if I feel like it, dressed up cute, skin lotioned up and moisturized, lip gloss popping, jewelry nice and popping, looking fucking great and sexy, working on my goals as a musician or screenwriter or video making for fun, and like figuring out like how to make myself happy in a way that isn't self-destructive or male-centered. Once you do that, you will feel so much bliss. Like, trust me, I'm spending my evening like, just, and I've been living my life like that recently, and it's been so fucking lovely. God bless. I hope you get that same blessings. Please, please, please. Because once you realize how good it can feel, it's amazing. Now, don't get me wrong, overcoming from trauma is very difficult. Mind you, I've had a concussion like multiple times in my life. I've had my brains blasted all over kitchen floors and back seats. It's not so, it's not so easy to forget about trauma. Not all of us can be so lucky that we faint and smash our head on floors or random corridors. That rhymes, I like that. But I'm just saying, it's like, you're not as stuck as you seem. And the good thing is that life has a way of moving things forward. And one day you'll wake up and you'll be like, wow, it's really been 7 years or more since I dealt with that nigga. Some days it feels like it was just yesterday. Some days it feels like it was 7 lifetimes ago. But it doesn't matter because you're far away from it and you rebuilt your life and you are wonderful. I've had friends tell me that they were so, like, funny enough, 3 years ago, I had friends tell me they were so worried I was going to lose out on life and waste my potential and my goals by tripping out over men. Sadly, I can say that it's been 3 years and I'm still struggling with that aspect. But you know what? I've gotten back in touch with them. We've been consistently in contact. And I'm working on, like, well, like, even tonight, I was kind of like, oh, you know what? I'm depressed and sad as fuck. But you know what? I'm going to work on some fucking artwork that I haven't done in ages. It looks better in person. I just have an Android. But simply put, I was like, let me work on some fucking artwork because I feel emotionally devastated and I want to be happy. And like, instead of thinking about stupid lame ass ugly niggas who, sure, they tapped my fucking cervix and my G-spot, and sure they got me jewelry, and sure they had this potential, and sure they pissed me off in this way, but you know what, it's okay because that's an ugly ass nigga who can't get bitches outside of me. Does he want me? No, but how do I put this? Usually every nigga who I have fucking cut contact with, they always try to come back. So that's another comfort, is that as a woman, the man will always try to come back to see if you're still stupid or to try to fuck your life up, or maybe he wants to generally do better, but he probably still won't. And it's up to you to, whether he comes back or not, have your life so much together so that as you're happy as hell and living life la vida loca. I don't even know what La Vida Loca is. That just felt good to say. Just, you'll be so happy. You will love life. Like, I thought to myself, do I really want to be sad and have endless sad thoughts? Or do I want to drown out these thoughts with these really good fucking expensive headphones and get into making music to handle all my emotional processing skills about this bitch ass nigga who sucked my titties and caused me emotional despair for several months? And one sounded better than the other. So I'm just saying, before you go, I should poison that nigga. Like, maybe you should, or maybe you shouldn't. I'm not encouraging anything. I'm just saying, like, that's up for you to decide. But I'm just saying, think of it this way: would you rather get your revenge on that nigga or lose your mind on that nigga, and then you have to like not be like have that on your record for jobs and schools and opportunities, and fuck up your dating future and eat prison food for however long you would have to and waste the best years of your life and the best pussy game, best looks, best everything, or best dick game if you know, trans people, shout out to you. Or would you rather just like be like, I'm gonna utilize my time and efforts? Like, you could do the semi-toxic, not very good healing method that I've done sometimes of, I'm just gonna, instead of enjoying prison food, I'm gonna enjoy a Michelin star level food with a new nigga that I met off of Bumble who's gonna treat me like a fucking queen and forget all about you. Ow, you could do that, but simply put, don't do it overkill like I do. You could just do that like once or twice passively. You could go on a few, like, just pick one and go on a few dates with them very sparsely if you want. I'm not, but maybe don't. In fact, like, you could do that, but I'm just saying keep it light. But no, actually, knowing these niggas, they will find a way to destroy you. Because even the nigga I'm crying over, like, that nigga was supposed to just be a friends with benefits, and even he fucked me up so bad. It's like, nigga, we both agreed this was supposed to be a no stress situation. Why are you trying to piss me off on purpose and fuck up all the boundaries and fuck up all the rules? Honestly, that nigga should kill himself and he should get his fucking. I won't say the threat openly in this video, but I'll just say, if anyone wants to do witchcraft to fuck up that guy's life more than he already will, please hit me up. I will love you so much. But aside from that, you know what? Let's see. I'm also banned from Bumble right now because I curse out too many people. They were fucking stupid. They deserved it. But simply put, yeah, men won't heal you. They'll just make you worse. Or like, even if it does, kind of like, it works as a band-aid on a thick gaping wound that's infected. And even then, imagine if the band-aid had like fucking poison in it. Sometimes it seems like it'll make it a little better, but then it just makes it a fuck ton worse. Like, I got out of several traumatic relationships last year or within the past few years, and then anytime I met a new nigga, they would just do something severely perverted that'd be like, oh, right, the sexual abuse trauma that I had is worse now that this guy's trying to make me feel bad for not wanting him to finger me next to this church. Or, oh, you know how I had issues with that one nigga lying to me? Well, it sucks that my rebound is now actively lying to me and got me in a situation where I got punched in the face by some random woman. Like, yeah, simply put, don't yeah, so fuck my advice from before. Don't focus on a nigga, focus on you. What can you, like, even if you do, just keep him as a slut. Just like, I'm just saying, the love witch should have just gotten a vibrator and a guy or three to munch that fucking hole every now and then, and like focused on just being a happy, healthy person. That's what she shoot like super lovely needed to do, and that's probably what I need, honestly. Like that, yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'm waiting for the right. I don't want anyone to munch my holes unless they're like really like. I'm just saying, like, my bitch is shaking ass with their hand out. That's how I am as a person. It's like, it's like, if you want the luxury of eating my pussy, what are you gonna give me? I'm just saying. Damn, I'm trying to convince myself not to see niggas, but I also, well, okay, I should not see niggas because they're often not that cute and not worth it, and I don't want to risk attachment anymore. Also, yeah, anyway, but as I was saying, don't focus on men. Focus on like what you can do. Like, for example, the reason I'm making the portrait art that I'm trying to make right now, which you can't fully see, is because my big ass titty blocked me from holding it in the frame fully. Is because I dealt with a very traumatic relationship. Now, did I have some things to get over him? Yeah. Did they all piss me off and traumatize me even worse? And now I'm banned from Bumble and I can't even go on a date if I wanted to in the name of girl boss and power and all that shit? Yeah. Because I can't, it's like, okay, since I can't use my favorite coping mechanism of stupid ass fucking men spending money on me and temporarily making me feel loved in a way that I should have consistently during my formative years as a kid, you know what? How can I love myself now? I'm gonna make nice, esoteric, beautiful artwork, and I'm gonna have an absolute blast doing it. And I'm gonna make scripts about like sexual abuse and trauma, and enabling, and drug psychosis, and so many interesting topics. And I'm gonna have a lovely fucking time doing so. And I'm gonna get into making music about whatever the fuck I want, and post whatever I want, and do what I want. And you will feel so much better. I'm just saying. You want to cry over that nigga? Or you want a better life? And I'm not talking about the, ooh, be a siren, get a nice long wig and shimmery eye makeup and wear skin tight miniskirt dresses with high pumps to truly be a siren. It's like, I'm not saying that version. I'm saying the do what you truly want. If it means you grow out a full bush and you wear like you Winnie the Pooh it in your house all the time with nothing but a fucking A's jersey, and you spend your goddamn time like playing with crayons or finger painting or playing video games about niche subjects and having group calls on Discord with your friends who are also women who have like substantial life goals, big or small, and you enjoy the small things and the big things, and you show gratitude and love for your life, then you can truly be happy. Do not be like the love rich. Do not change your whole identity and comfort levels and have no boundaries just because you want love from a man. Realize that you can love yourself and you can find love within your communities, your families. And if you're not your family, then definitely your community. And if not your community, then within yourself. Please love yourself. Please, I beg you, love yourself. Okay? All right. I like to think that's all I have to say. Hope you're taking good care of yourself. Love you. Mwah. Sleep tight. Bye.